Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is in continuation to part 1 of Object Repository, wherein we saw that how to make use of Object Repository, how to do the project settings so that we can actually make use of this Object Repository thing to make our projects more robust, more scalable. Then we even saw that how to export it as UI library project so that it could be used across various other projects which uses the same website or same application, you can say. So we made use of rpachallenge.com, and in the previous video we made objects, like created objects and elements using the selectors, and then we published it, like we exported it as a UI library project to at last attain this NuGet package file. And once we have attained this NuGet package file, so as we know, we can make use of this NuGet package file to install it in any process and use it, like we use any other NuGet package that is available or use any other custom activity that we have made. So for that we go to manage packages. So if you do not have the directory or the source wherein your NuGet package is available, so we can add it from here. We'll add the path. We'll name that package source a name. So I have given descriptors name and I've added the package source wherein my package lies, which is this particular location wherein my package is. Once we add that location, it is visible here. So as you can see, descriptors, I'll go to object repo demo, I'll install it. I'll click on save and I'll wait for it to restore the dependencies. Once I'm done with it, there are no errors. It has successfully installed. I go to project, so I'll be able to see this project repo demo. Let me remove this. So I have this object repo demo over here. Now if I go to my object repository, so I can see here all these things. If you do not see here this UI libraries, instead you see those option, manage settings and manage packages, project setting and manage packages. So you know how to enable object repository. You have to just select that modern design experience from the project setting. I have already shown that in part 1 of the video, how to enable it. Now, suppose I want to use in the first name. I want to type in the first name and all of those things. So I'll first be using application browser, wherein it would by itself take the browser URL. Then again, let me go to object repository. This is one of the feature which I really like, that as you drag in all the options that you can perform using that particular object, by itself appears. Now I want to type in the first name. I want to type in that this is a demo. Then I want to empty the field before typing and I want to click before typing. Similarly, for this, I'll even be typing in the company name. So I'll be typing in the company name. So I'll be typing in UiPath. I'll empty field before typing. I want to click before typing. And I also want to enter in the last name. So I'll click on type into. I'll type in this is the last name. Though this would be typed in email, because that's the bug that we have intentionally introduced to actually see what help does object repository do to us. And let's also invite in certain delay so that we can actually see the processing. Otherwise it's also fast that we would not be able to see it. So let's bring in a delay of 2 seconds for us to really view it. Let me publish it. Till the time it is getting published, I have also similarly made another project, which is nothing but which is entering the first name and the last name and clicking on submit. It is not entering in the company name. So this is just to showcase that with minimum changes, how we can inculcate any change or any improvement that has been made to our website or to our application. So I would be showcasing that thing using 2 processes. What is the package name? It's new automation. So let me go to processes, or I may have done something wrong maybe. Let me try publishing it again. Okay. I did publish it to another wrong URL, you can say. Now let me find that new automation thing. So I've got it here, and the display would be process 2, and rest everything is okay. I'll click on create. Okay, it is already used. Okay, fine. So let me name it process 3 and let me create this process. So over here, you can see I have two processes. One is process 2, the other is process 3. And in my assistant also, I have these two processes. So now what I'll be doing is I'll be running this new automation, which we just made. And let's check. So it would be entering in the name, it would be entering in the company, it would be entering in the email ID. It would take a delay of 2 seconds and then would click on submit. So yeah, so it's done. Now, as we intentionally made this error that we typed the last name in the email ID, now it's time to fix that error, thinking it to be a upgrade in the application or in the website. So we would be fixing it, and we'll see that to fix that particular thing, we need not to go to individual project and make the code changes. Instead, there is a much simpler way to do it, and that's the main use of object repository, that you need not to open the code, work the code, fix each and every selector issues, and invest a lot of time and money in it. So once we go to last name, so this is the object repository thing that we exported as UI library project. So over here, you can see it's email in the last name. So we'll be editing this descriptor and we'll say, no, this is not right. This selector is not right. Instead, the last name is here. This is the anchor of the last name, and we'll be saving it. We'll save this particular thing. And now this is something what we wanted. Now this is the correct thing, and we'll be publishing it again. By doing this thing, that we'll be publishing it to our custom URL, which is the descriptor thing, and we'll publish it here, and it's published. So it's 1.0.3, the version that we'll be using. And it has to reflect in here also that when it would be typing in the last name, so it would type in the last name field and not in the email section. So one way, that suppose our object repository is being used by multiple projects, say 3 projects, say 10 projects. So another way of updating it all together instead of opening each individual project is we go to home, we go to tools, then we go to this project dependencies mass update tool. The bigger the name, the simpler the task it does for us. So we'll be choosing the feed wherein you can say this thing is the descriptor version. So it's over here in the descriptor, the NuGet package. So we'll say that we want to update this particular thing. The version is 1.0.3. We'll click on next. Over here, we'll be selecting the local path wherein all our project is. So in this UiPath folder only, we have our automation 2 and we have a new automation. So we'll be selecting this particular local path. It could even be an SVN path or a TFS path. So it would fetch in all the projects, and then we'll select all those projects from in which we want this dependency upgrade to be done. So it is showing only new automation. So we'll click on next. We'll say, okay, you can close it. We want to save the file main, and we'll confirm it. Okay, one mistake that I've done here is I have given it orchestrator workspace feed. So I should be publishing it here in the default, but I've given the workspace feed. But let's see. So it's done, one successful project. It has already updated one project over here. Now if we go to workspace feed and if we refresh it, so you can see the new automation now has 1.0.4 version. And if we go to packages, so you can see a few seconds ago, this particular version upgrade was done. So which was done using project mass dependency thing. And now let's try running it here. So it's awaiting install. So once it is installed, we'll click on run, or we can still click on run. And now we'll see, due to that change that we made in the object repository thing, the change has been reflected here in the this also, and it is typing the last name where it should type the last name and not where it was typing the email thing.
Similarly, let's open another project which uses object repo demo, and we'll see by just how upgrading or degrading the package, we can actually play around the entire project without actually opening the code, and just by upgrading and degrading the packages, the work is done.
So let's wait for it to open. Let's go to project and object repo demo. It has an update. Let's click on save. We did not made any change. Okay. Or what we can do here is, just to be very sure that if it's all working as expected, let's try running it on a lower version. Let's try running it on 1.0.2 and let's click on debug. We did not made any change to the code. We are just playing with the packages. And over here, it should type in the, so just by playing in with the packages, you saw it was typing in the last name where it should type in the last name. And if we just make it to the first version, which is, it would be typing in the last name in the email box and not in the last name box. So that was the first version that we created, wherein we intentionally made this mistake. Okay, it is still typing the last name over there only. Okay, let me check. Okay, so it's still the last name is, I think it's because of a mistake that I've done. Uh, I'll tell you, I'll explain you. So over here, you can see these two things, object repo demo and Chrome RPA challenge app.descriptors 2. So I think in object repo demo that I created in between the two videos is the one that has been corrected. That is, it would type in the last name where it should type in the last name. And Chrome RPA challenge app.descriptors is the one to which we made this intentional mistake. And let's just verify it to be very sure. So I'll go to object repo demo, and from here I'll be opening this thing and let it create the workspace and open that project. And we'll verify it by clicking on the last name, wherein we can see that it's the email that is getting highlighted. Also, what we're gonna do is we'll change the name and we would say, okay, this is the fourth package, wherein it would type in the wrong thing. And now if we go back to our automation process, which was earlier typing in the correct last name, I'll run it and show. So when it is using 1.0.3 or any version earlier to it, it would be correct. Like it would be typing in the last name where it should type in the last name. Now I'll change this thing, the version, and now I'll be using the 1.0.4 which I just published, which should make the mistake. And now if I click on debug file, it would type in the last name in the emails field. So now it is typing it in the email field. So that confusion was because I made a change in between making the two videos. So that's how, by just playing in with the packages, you can play in with the entire code or entire solution. And that's what the motive of object repository is. Also, if you have 10 projects using the same object repository, you can update all the 10 processes all together using this wonderful tool that is available here, which is Project Dependencies Mass Update tool. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.